Today, we're stepping straight into the rain-slicked, neon-lit alleys of a seriously gritty criminal underworld. We are going to dissect the fascinating, kind of baffling psychological profile of a very particular type of mob enforcer, Joey Sokoloff. Get ready, because we are unpacking the ultimate paradox of a man who lives a deeply dual life, constantly balancing ruthless violence with a surprisingly rigid moral compass.
Which brings up a question that honestly just feels impossible, right? Can an enforcer genuinely be a nice guy? I mean, by definition, an enforcer's job is to intimidate, to extort, and when absolutely necessary, to kill. But the source material surrounding Joey Sokoloff constantly challenges our perception of morality in what is otherwise a completely lawless landscape. Is his decency real, or is it just another highly effective tool of the trade?
The source material actually nails this hard-boiled noir tone perfectly right out of the gate with this one iconic quote. Just let this sink in for a second.
Meet Joseph Sokoloff, age 39, a bachelor, a driver, and a thug. Joseph is known to his colleagues as Joey Two Socks, due to his habit of wearing two different brightly colored socks that rarely match. Some think Joey is colorblind, but no one has the nerve to ask. Joey is handsome, in that bad boy kind of way that some women find appealing. Others, not so much. Joey is a nice guy. Not a good guy, you understand, but a nice guy. He'll stick the knife in. He may even give it a twist if he feels it's necessary. But he'll apologize as he does it.
He'll stick the knife in, but he'll apologize as he does it. It creates immediate narrative whiplash. We're dealing with a man who is incredibly dangerous, yet bound by an almost absurd code of politeness. Section 1. Meet Joey Two Socks. Okay, let's dive into this and figure out who exactly this guy is. So here are the fundamental stats on Joey. He's 39, a bachelor, and technically employed as a driver and a thug. But the detail that really stands out is his nickname. He's famous for wearing brightly colored, completely mismatched socks. Some folks in his crew think he might just be colorblind, but no one actually has the nerve to ask him. It's this incredibly quirky, slightly humorous habit that beautifully contrasts with his highly dangerous day job. But hey, do not let the socks fool you for a second. This guy is deeply, deeply embedded in the dark underbelly of the city. He is the sole custodian of Momo's Little Black Book. The source actually refers to this as Joey's sacred Talmud. It contains all the debts owed to his ruthless boss, Fat Cat Momo, and Joey keeps the whole thing written entirely in code. By managing this book, Joey effectively brings a sense of order and structure to absolute criminal chaos. Section 2. The Brutal Enforcer. Which brings us right to the core of his day-to-day life and makes it very clear that underneath that polite exterior is a highly capable threat. And this wild dichotomy of Joey's character is just brilliant. On one hand, you have the pure thug. We're talking about a guy who is out at 2 a.m. in the freezing rain, ordering accomplices to dump dead bodies in a pond at the brickworks, and absolutely terrifying bartenders into total silence. But then, in the exact same breath, he plays the nice guy mentor. He'll pull aside a young upstart named Nicky to patiently explain why he shouldn't wear wide-lapel green suits, and even offers to take him to a custom tailor in Chinatown. He's a thug, for sure, but he's a thug who deeply cares about presentation and professional respect. Now, this complex morality is constantly being tested by the web of factions he has to navigate. And his tactics? They shift completely depending on who he's dealing with. With his own boss, Momo, he's constantly cleaning up messes and trying to talk him down from violence. With Toni Tang of the U2 clan, he plays the smooth diplomat. But when he's dealing with the hostile Buffalo mob or the incredibly manipulative German group Die Wölfe, his approach becomes highly defensive and wildly deceptive. He basically acts as the shock absorber for the entire city's underworld. Section 3. The Pragmatic Peacemaker. That role as a shock absorber leads us right here. Joey actively tries to stop gang wars rather than start them, heavily preferring smart business over senseless bloodshed. And honestly, nothing proves this more than a very specific number: $15,000. When Momo's crew accidentally kills a debtor, the U2 clan's leader, Toni Tang, demands a $15,000 penalty. Well, Momo refuses to pay it, fully eager to just start a war. So what does Joey do? He goes straight to the office safe and asks to have the 15 grand taken out of his own personal cut to pay Toni Tang. He is literally willing to sacrifice his own earnings to maintain the peace. It's extreme pragmatism.
We see this methodical pragmatism show up again when he's extorting a guy named Clem. Joey just calmly lays out the options. Option 1, break Clem's fingers. Option 2, burn Clem's building down for the insurance money. Or option 3, Clem simply sells the building deed to Joey for exactly $1 and the entire debt is forgiven. Joey strongly prefers option 3. It's a peaceful resolution, completely devoid of broken bones, even though it is highly manipulative and ruthless at its core. Section 4, a twisted moral code. This brings us to a really fascinating realization. Through all of this chaos, Joey actually acts as the strange moral center of this world by enforcing his own strict, albeit totally twisted, code of ethics. Now, what's really interesting is how these specific tenets actually shape everything he does. We talked about his quirky mentorship of Nikki, demanding professional respect. But it goes way deeper than that. He views debts as strict business. Unlike a lot of other enforcers who genuinely enjoy hurting people, Joey finds zero sadistic pleasure in it. He prioritizes absolute loyalty, becoming immensely grateful when the office manager, Sadie, literally shoots an attacker just to save his life. Above all, he operates on calculated compromises, keeping his ego completely out of the equation. But listen, we can never forget who he actually is. Look at this incredibly cold explanation he gives to a desperate debtor named Arthur. That's how collateral works, Artie. If you don't have the cash, we take the collateral. Ouch. His niceness and approachability do not ever override his strict adherence to the rules of the criminal game. He will ruin your life, but he'll calmly explain the contractual obligations while he does it. Section 5. The Ultimate Survivor. So where does this dual nature actually get him? Well, as it turns out, his duality isn't a weakness at all. It is his ultimate survival mechanism. Let's move on and see how this builds across his entire journey. Early on, Joey is basically just the guy cleaning up the violently stupid messes of Momo and a brute named Louie. But because Momo and Louie operate purely on ego and aggression, they both end up getting assassinated. Joey outlasts them. By the final act, Joey actually uses his reputation as a pragmatic negotiator to outsmart 3 different rival factions simultaneously, protecting what's left of his crew. The pure thugs end up dead, while the pragmatic Joey survives. All of this culminates in a literal explosive climax. A rival gang holds Sadie hostage, demanding a fortune in stolen diamonds. Joey complies, handing over the pouch of gems, and secretly wired the pouch to explode. As he and Sadie walk away, the gems detonate, taking out the rival gang. His brilliant deception saves his most loyal friend. And how does Joey react to all that chaos? To losing a fortune in actual diamonds? He just looks at Sadie and delivers this totally stoic punchline. That's the game, kid. Easy come, easy go. It perfectly summarizes his completely detached, pragmatic view of the underworld. Money and diamonds, they're just pieces on a board to him. Is Joey's niceness just another lethal weapon? In a world where everyone expects brute force, Joey's politeness, his tailored suits, and his willingness to compromise completely disarm his enemies. It makes them underestimate him until it's far too late. His morality might just be the most highly effective, calculated shield in the entire criminal landscape.
Rain on a broken street. Every promise runs 6 feet deep. I don't knock, I arrive on time. Interest ticking like a loaded crime. Silk line words steel in my hand. Every debt signed in blood, not saying you can pray to God. You can beg, you can cry, but the numbers don't lie, and neither do I. I don't chase ghosts, I don't bluff. City taught me when enough's enough. Every shadow knows my name. Every alley plays my game. I'm the collector. Interest.